Good morning. Happy wonderful Wednesday. Today's ELT is all about writing equations in slope-intercept form. So all of your answers today should look like y equal mx plus b. So the first part, you are literally given the slope and you're given the y-intercept. So you're just going to start with y equals mx plus b. You need to know that slope is represented by m, y-intercept is represented by the letter b. And then you simply plug it in. Y equals, m is -4. The x you just carry down, plus my y-intercept is 3. And that is your equation of this line. Number 44, same thing. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals 1/2 x, and then it would be plus a -1, but I know if I have plus a -1, that's the same as just minus 1. And that is your equation in slope-intercept form. So please, right now, try 45 through 48 by yourself, and then either the teacher or yourself can get up and check the key. For the next part of ELT, we're kicking it up a notch. And this time, you're still writing the slope-intercept form, but you're not given the y-intercept. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Step 1, you're just going to always write that equation, y equals mx plus b. Step 2, you're going to use this information to solve for b. So I'm looking for my y-intercept. I know my slope, and then I'm given an x value and a y value. I'm going to use all this information to solve for b. So y is going to be 1 equals my slope is also 1. That's being multiplied by my x, that's -1 plus b. So I'm going to solve this out using my one-step equation skills. Okay, so it's going to be 1 equals 1 times -1 is -1 plus b. Now, in order to know what b is, I need to get it by itself. So the b is being added with a -1. To get rid of the -1, I need to add 1 to both sides. These become 0, and I'm left with b equals 1 plus 1 is 2. So now I know my slope is 1, my y-intercept or b is 2. So now I'm ready to rewrite my equation. So again, y equals mx plus b. Now that I know my slope and y-intercept, I'm good to go. Y equals, my slope was 1, x plus 2. And in simplest form, that'd be y equals x plus 2. So just to recap, we wrote down our formula or equation first. Step 2, we plugged in everything we knew to solve for b. Step 3, we used our m and our b to write our equation. So this is your final equation. Make sure that's all written down. teacher. If you need to pause the video, please feel free to do so. And now we're going to look at 50. So again, I'm given an x and a y, and I'm given my slope, which is m. I'm going to start by writing my equation. I'm going to plug in everything I know. Y is 5 equals m is 2, x is 2 plus b. 5 equals 2 times 2 is 4 plus b. B isn't by itself, so I'm going to isolate it by subtracting 4 from each side. I'm left with b equals 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, so I'm almost good to go. Now I'm just going to write my equation. My slope was 2, my y-intercept is 1. Okay, now this one, guys, can be a little bit tricky because there's a fraction. So I'm going to work through this one with you, and then you'll have about 3 to try on your own. So again, I'm going to just label everything, start with my equation. So y is -1 equals my slope is -3/5. My x is 1 plus b. So then I have -1 equals, well, anything times 1 is itself. So this just says -3/5 plus b. Now I need to add 3/5 to both sides. And I'm left with b equals, well, I have to do a -1 plus 3/5. So since this 1 is negative, I'm taking 3/5 away from it, and I'm actually making it more positive. So I'm actually subtracting, and I'm left with -2/5. And another way, if that doesn't quite make sense, I know that 1 whole would actually be the same as 5/5. And then since this is negative, I'm subtracting, and when I add or subtract fractions, I only do the numerator. -5 plus 3 would be a -2/5. So I went ahead and I found my y-intercept, and now we're good to write our equation. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals -3/5 x minus 2/5. Yeah, fractions are tricky, but the more you practice at it, and the more positive attitude you have, the easier it'll get. So please do the rest of these examples, and I'll be back in a flash with number 55. Thank you.